So, when I will start now with new lecture, now the topic is Indian history, Indo-Pak history. So, Indo-Pak history, in Indo-Pak history, first we will go through. So, चलो, so, so, so the land of Indo-Pakistan, Indo-Pakistan. So we know about the land of Pakistan. The land of Indo-Pakistan is very important thing. This land is 20 times a big Europe excluding Russia. 20 times big excluding Russia. The whole of Indo-Pak land, and it is one fifth of the whole world. According to population, the one fifth of the whole world. So, you can imagine the head, but this land is constituted, every area is has. So, this is land of many attraction. There's many attraction in this land. So whenever every foreigners they came, he has find different attractions, different places, different climate. So the physical variety is also very important. Whenever see that the land and other side is mountains, the Himalayans are situated. So Himalayas, these from the foreigners, the invaders, they came from Himalayas land and they crossed this land. Then the racial varieties in Indo-Pakistan, there you will find every races. There are so many races in living in this land. Their languages, there are so many languages, have their dialect, their authenticity. So Dr. V. A. Smith, a renowned historian, he said, in an ethnological museum, Indo-Pakistan is an ethnological museum. So he remarked this thing, Dr. V. A. Smith. So the 14 parts, people with their own languages. So you see, there are 14 separate people. They live in this land, have their own languages, have their own literature, have their own history, have their own tradition. So you see, there are many people, many areas live in this area. Then there's a variety of religion in the Pakistan land. There is a variety of religion. There is a Jainism. Jainism is old religion before Christ, centuries ago. Then this is called Buddhism. Buddhism. So there's also a very important religion, a vast minority. Then it's called Hinduism. Then it's called Christianity. So then they come the Muslims. So it is a land of different religion, different culture, different tradition, different languages. So this kind of land, then it has situated with different physical condition and have divided into many areas. There is a land, there is a mountains. So there is a cloudy season, there is a rainy season. Then so then I mean the culture is also have own variety. So this area is not united in among self. This area is not united, have strong administration. So every princes, every area, they have own their state, they have their own their administration, they own their rule. They were united each other. They were not, even though they have continuity. ये सारे जो इलाके हैं सब इलाके आपस में मिले हुए हैं सभी लोग, लेकिन इनके दरमियान जो है ना वो राबता जो है ना उसका नहीं था, कोई एक कौम नहीं थी। तो ये सिर्फ the Muslims, the Muslims, they have gathered all these nations. They have give a strong, unified administration. The credit goes to Muslims. In Muslim period, they have established this whole nation to one united people. Then the Britishers, after the Muslims, the Britishers, they came and then they united this Indo-Pak land and give a one administration. So for Muslims, then came in the British. The Hindus, they were not good administrator. They have many rivalries because they were present in this area. The Hindus, they lived in this area. They have their mutual jealousies, their mutual, power sharing. So they could not unite these things. But the Muslims, because of their, they came abroad. So they have came here and they united this Indo-Pak land in a unified form. So I mean, this thing. Then there's a history of kind of history. It is no history of Indo-Pak exactly written by the Hindus. The Hindus never wrote this history. It was the different the travelers, the Chinese travelers. They came here and they write the histories. Write the then there is a Muslim story. I mean, yeah, foreigners. Ibn Battuta, Ibn Battuta, he came from Africa. He then lived here and gave this country, gave this land history. And so there are many authors who came. Then Al-Biruni, he is a great historian. So Al-Biruni, he came here and he write his history in a different shape. So the people who came from abroad, they take their historians with them. Then and the period of the सलातीन दिल्ली, ये दिल्ली जब आए नहीं इससे पहले जो है ना वो तो आते हैं हम जो है ना सिंध के अंदर तो सिंध में जो है ना वो चचनामा जो है ना it is the history of the Sindh when the Arabs came here and they established their rule. So in the history of Sindh, Chachnama written. So in this Chachnama, there is a condition of the Sindh, the region of Sindh, the culture of Sindh, the variety of Sindh, the part of Sindh, economic Sindh. So then the different then became the the Mughals. Then Mughals they came here and they have write down the history. They have written in a different name. Tuske Babri, Zahiruddin Babur. Zahiruddin Babur was the founder of Mughal Empire. So he wrote the Tuske Babri. So in Tuske Babri, this written, he gave the condition, the political, the economic, release condition of the area of that land. So then come the Shahnama of Jahangir. Then the came the Akbar Nama. So Akbar Nama, during Akbar Nama, they have many historians came. Abul Fazl, Abul Fazl was a great friend of Akbar, Jalaluddin Akbar, the founder of, the great emperor of Mughal Empire. So Abul Fazl also wrote different, history of the India, and then they have written the different kinds of it. Then there came the Shah Jahan. Then there's Alamgir in later period. So Alamgir had everything. Then Amir Khusro. Amir Khusro was a person who also wrote about the Indian culture of the different people. So then they all came and write down about the situation of the Indo-Pak land. So Indo-Pak land is never united. So, I mean, then who the person? They are the Muslims. So, during the when Islam came, 571, Islam came in Arabia. Muhammad Rasulullah, Muhammad Sallam, when he came in here, then he established a rule. Muhammad Sallam. So during the Muhammad Rasulullah, the Prophet great Muhammad, they think about they go abroad for Arabia. So after his death, the four caliphs, they came here, and then they slowly, gradually expanded their kingdom, and they expanded their religion, they expanded their sovereignty beyond the Arabia. So the Umayyads, and the Umayyads came. So the Umayyads came, they expanded this area. So during the Umayyads period, the Muslim ruler, they came here and they have, so in that period, they have captured the whole area. So the Gibbon, G-I-N-N, Gibbon, great historian, he says at the close of first century, at the close of first century of Hijrat, at the close of first century of Hijrat, when Jerusalem migrated from Makkah to Medina, the caliphs were the potent and absolute monarch of the globe. The caliphs were absolute monarch of the globe. You should just imagine they have whole globe, they have captured, they have spent the whole globe of this world. So in Umayyad Caliph Al-Walid, during the period of Umayyad Caliph Al-Walid, Abu Nasir, the commander, Abu Khalifa, the Abdul Umayyad Khalifa Al-Walid sent the Abu Nasir to North Africa. He captured North Africa, and then he expanded. Then his the lieutenant of Abu Nasir, Tariq bin Ziyad, made you heard the name of Tariq bin Ziyad. So Tariq bin Ziyad then captured the Spain heart of Western country. So I mean, Tariq bin Ziyad also entered the Spain. So after capturing Africa, the Spain, then they turned their attention to the east, to the area of sea, abroad the sea. So then the idea came that we should enter the Indo-Pak land, because Indo-Pak land was the fertile land. So they have trade with India, they have trade through sea route. So the Umayyad Caliph, they have entered area and they have trade relation with India. So at that time, the trade was going through the sea route. So then the sea route was established. They have good trade. Then the the period of the conquest of Muslims rule in India, they came when Umayyad Khalaf, he was appointed Hajjaj bin Yusuf. Hajjaj bin Yusuf was appointed the governor of Prussia. So he during this time they entered in the area of Indo-Pak land through trade. So there was I mean, during the period of Hajjaj, the rebels of Arabia, they get refuge in the Sindh province, Sindh area. So this thing was against the wishes of the Muslim ruler. So King Dahir, King Dahir was at that time was the ruler of India. Debel, Debel was seaport. So they have sent the message that they should they will give him these all rebels back to Muslims rule. But Tahir, the King Tahir, Shah Dahir, he said that this is not under the control of me. The pirates, they have looted the ships, they were under my control. So the basic cause, the immediate cause of this conquest of sin from the Muslims, there was this thing, the plunder of 8 ships. The 8 ships were plundered by the pirates, sea pirates. Then they have, I mean, take prisoners of the people in these ships. They were very valuable presents who came from Ceylon, from Sri Lanka. Ceylon, the old name of Sri Lanka. So they came from Sri Lanka and they give to the caliph of give the presents. And then in these ships there were orphans and widows of the military personnel of Arabia who are traveling in these ships. So when they captured and the Ajab used to send that give back to them, but he refused. So then there was also a anger of Caliph that they are not complying with the orders. So then he sent expedition to Sindh to conquer the Sindh. सिंध को फतह करने के लिए उसने हजाज बिन यूसुफ ने उमवी खलीफा के आर्डर के तहत उन्होंने हजाज बिन यूसुफ का यहाँ फौजें भेजी या करें कोई फिर दे सेंड देयर फोर्सेस but there are two efforts sent but they were not succeeded. So then after that then he came and decided to send Muhammad bin Qasim. Then he sent Muhammad bin Qasim was the cousin of Hajjaj bin Yusuf and son-in-law of Hajjaj bin Yusuf, governor of the Prussia. So then Bin Qasim came here and he conquered. Then at that time he conquered Debel. Then he conquered, I mean, the area of Sindh. Then Alor. Alor was the capital of Sindh. At that time, Rajdar was ruling. So Alor was, I mean, captured. So he defeated the Hindus' army. So Hindus fought give very tough resistance, but the people were not in favor of Raj Dahir. They are the communities, the Buddhists and the Jains and the Jat and Medas. These are two tribes, two the Jat and Medas. They were against the King Dahir because King Dahir, I mean, he has no good relation and good and he have a serve with them. So they were against. So these two communities and Jats and Medas, they have not pleased with the King Dahir. So they sided with the Muhammad bin Qasim. So they supported Muhammad bin Qasim and they have captured the whole thing. Then they have, I mean, gained the control of that area. So this is the thing that the Muslims they came here for due to the, I mean, their political reason and due to their economic reason. So they had established the rule of the Muslim. So you will say Muhammad bin Qasim first founded the, I mean, established the foundation of Islam, next Muslim rule in Sindh. So then King Dahir, he was killed. So then his wife and the I mean, other, they have fought with the Muslims, but they were not, I mean, have their victory. So when the fort of Rubber Fort, he, I mean, escaped their Rubber Fort, and then the Hindu, the wife of the Gandhar, other, when they think that they will captured by the Muslims, so they have burnt their lives. They have the widows of the other ladies, they burnt their wife. So, I mean, there is a question, a last previous question. Kasam point out that what was the reason of Muhammad bin Qasim's death. So, and Muhammad bin Qasim was dead just after 3 years in 715 when the Muslims were ruled was established in 712, and after 715 he was died. Muhammad bin Qasim was died, was killed. So there was a different stories. The one story is that the girls of Raja Tahir, the Surya Devi and Parmal Devi. These are the daughter of Raja Tahir, Surya Devi and Parmal Devi. So when the Muhammad Qasim sent him to present him in the Caliph court, so they said the Caliph that Muhammad Qasim dishonored her, dishonored them before presenting the before your court. So, in a great of anger, he gave the order of the murder of Muhammad bin Qasim. But after that, when the order was completed, then they said to Caliph that we have invented this story. This is not truth. We wanted to take the revenge of our father and our family, Raja Dahir, our family, because we are all family was killed by the Muhammad bin Qasim. So in a take of revenge, in great of anger, we want a revenge. So we have conquered this story. So, but when the Caliph Khalid Khalifa, when he heard this thing, then he give order, he gave anger that these two daughters of the Raja Dair should be tied up with the horse, the tails of horse, and they were killed by dragging till their death. उन्हें घोड़ों की सुमों से बांध कर उसने कायल किया जाए और इन्हें फिर रौंदा जाए जब तक ये मर न जाए. तो वो इसने उस बात का इंतकाम लिया कि मेरे जो है जर्नैल जो है ना उसको इल्ज़ाम लगाया. बट सम हिस्टोरियन because histories have an opinion. Some historians said this is not true. They said it is a fiction story. It's not true. They said the Khalifa Suleiman when he came before the Khalifa Osman. So Khalifa Osman he was against the family of the Hajjaj bin Yusuf. So he was against the Hajjaj bin Yusuf. So he don't like Hajjaj bin Yusuf. So in this thing, in this due to this enmity, due to this angerness, he captured the Muhammad bin Qasim and sent to Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia. Then from Mesopotamia, then he was tortured to death. So this was a tragic end of Muhammad bin Qasim. Now, after Muhammad bin Qasim, the rule of Islam was stopped. Muhammad bin Qasim, during 2 years, just imagine, for 2.5 years, he captured the whole Sindh and he came to Multan. And he came to Multan and he was advancing. But due to miserable situation, when he was arrested and killed, then the history of Muslim rule was ended. After the Muhammad bin Qasim, the caliph, they were not so strong. So the states were divided with the Hindus. So they are become different princes, different kingdom became. So there was not unity. So and Muhammad bin Qasim was a great administrator, a great ruler. So he gave justice to the people of Sindh. He gave justice to people of Sindh. He gave good administration. He gave good administration. He There's an allegation that he smashed the temples of the Hindus, but this is not true because it was not due to the reason of religious thing because at that time the temples of the Hindus they were the source of wealth. The kings, the I mean, the means is they have accumulated their wealth in these temples. So, due to this thing, they, I mean, Muhammad Qasim, crushed the temples and snatched this money from these temples. So, when there was a peacetime, in that peacetime, he never looted any temple. He gave the protection to the non-Muslims. Then, then he Khalifa ordered him, Jazz Yusuf ordered the Muhammad Qasim, yeah, she should give protection to the non-Muslims. So then they give the taxes. They give taxes. Taxes mean in the favor of their protection. Jizya, jizya, jizya is the the main source of taxation to the non-Muslim. The Muslims they give tax in the form of zakat. मुस्लिम की टैक्सी ज़कात मुसलमान जो है वो ज़कात देते हैं ज़कात जो इतनी आमदनी होती है वो ज़कात अदा करते हैं लेकिन जो गैर मुस्लिम है उनके लिए है इस्लाम में है तो उनको जो है ना इजाज़त थी वो जजिया दे या खुम्स खुम्स जो है खुम्स जो है वो होता है जिन्स पर कम्युनिटी पर गंदम है कपास है कॉटन है क्रॉप्स है वीट है सो खुम्स related with commodity of thing. So the 1/5 of that amount, 1/5 of that amount was given to the Muslim ruler due to this taxation system. Other thing is jizya. So the jizya is in a form shape of money. So they give the money to the Muslim rule. So in return they give their protection. So it was not compulsory to they take military service. Military service was binding for the Muslims only. But after some period, Muhammad Qasim, Islamic ruler, they have, recruited, उन्होंने भर्ती किए, they recruited the people of Hindus within their army and they give protection and they have established a vast army, including the Hindus, Jats, Medas. So you see, there was not any fanatic thing. They are not fanatic. They were kind people. Then Brahmanabad. They were all Brahmins. So when Brahmanabad agreement, so Muhammad Qasim, Islamic ruler, they give protection. They give they give key post. Different key post was given to the Brahmins. So they manage these key posts of the administration. So it was justice. According to justice, the Muhammad Qasim, Islamic ruler, give justice to Hindus, to the non-Muslims, according to their religion, according to their panchayat system. Islam doesn't impose the Shariat on them. The Shariat was imposed only on the Muslims. The Hindus were given decision, gave justice from their own culture, own, their laws. So they have made the society a peaceful society. But you see, during this thing, when the situation is that, I mean, the Muslim rule was not ended to the death of Ibn Qasim. So the rule was ended in 9th century. So from 9th century to 10th century, there was no Islamic system, no Islamic rule there. Then after 10th century, then after the when the 10th century ended, then the came the Ghaznavi period. Ghaznawa, the period of Ghaznawa. To the end, the Ghaznavites, they came here. So they are the Turks. They belong to the Turks, Ghaznavi. They came from Central Asia. So the Umayyad Khalifat, then after the Umayyad, the Abbasid, after the Umayyad Caliphate, the Abbasid, they came. So during the period of Abbasid, they recruited Turks. They recruited Turks to their guard. So the Turks gained power during the period of Abbasid. They have good control of the kingdom. They have good control और the उन्होंने हुकूमत के अंदर उत्तर तुर्की थे, उन्होंने आहिस्ता आहिस्ता अपनी जो है ना अपने आप दूध करना शुरू कर दिया। तो फिर था एक तुर्क था अल्पतगीन, अल्पतगीन he was slave. Al-Fathin was slave, or during that time he was a slave. So he came here. Then Al-Fathin he ruled there. Then after Al-Fathin, when he ruled there in 977. 977, Al-Fathin ruled there in India. Then he was he was made governor of Khorasan. Al-Fathin was made governor of Khorasan. So then he had a strong hold. Then after the Al-Fathin, then his son Subakhtagin. Subakhtagin was the son of Al-Fathin. So Subakhtagin period is 977 to 997 after D. From 977 to 970, Subakhtagin he ruled over this Ghazna period, Ghaznawise. So then Subakhtagin he was when when he was ruler at that time. So at that time they think about to capture the Indians. You see, when the Muslim, when the Muhammad Qasim, then they came Ghaznavi period. So the Ghaznavites, they have captured, they have entered this Indo-Pak land through the Afghanistan. So Afghanistan at the time of the border of the Indo-Pak, Pakistan. So then the period when they came from about this land from this hill area. So Subakhtagin, the period of Subakhtagin, the Hindu was also established the rule. Jayapal, Jayapal, Hindu leader, Hindu prince, Hindu, he was ruling there, Jayapal. So Jayapal, at that time, Jayapal was also, he had a great ambition. They crossed the border and captured the Central Asia. But when Subukhtagin, he, defeated him and he sent the army, so punish him that they have any conspiracies. So he has the conspiracies. Jayapal has the conspiracies against the Muslim, against Turks. So he sent the army and people, they are who punished the Jayapal, and Jayapal surrendered. So, I mean, so, I mean, Dr. Sir V. Haig, Sir W. Haig, great historian, he said these expeditions for the purpose of securing the domination than the intention of propagating the faith. So, according to Sir W. Haig, says कि the expedition, the जो हमले होते थे, वो जो है ना अपनी उम्मत को बचाने के लिए वो करते थे वो ये भी बात थी कि वो जो मतलब कि वो अपने मजहब के लिए इस्लाम के लिए करते थे वो तो it was a political reason although there was a religious aspect also there but they were not the reason solely reason of the I mean, religious point of view. Then then came Sultan Mahmud. Sultan Mahmud was son of Subukhtagin. Sultan Mahmud Ghaznavi was the son of Mahmud and Subukhtagin. Mahmud Ghaznavi was son of Subukhtagin. So his period was 910 to 1030. 9 8 998 after D to 1030 after D. It was the period of Sultan Mahmud Ghaznavi. So Ghaznavi, he was a great commander. Ghaznavi was a great commander. So he entered the area of Indo-Pak land and he slowly have been captured. So he made 17 expedition. उसने सुल्तान महमूद गजनवी ने हिंदुस्तान पर 17 हमले किए. कुछ हिस्टोरियन या सम हिस्टोरियन कुछ said there were 12 12 हमले किए थे, लेकिन अक्सरियत की राय ये है it was 17 एक्सपीडिशन. 17 हमले किए उसने. गजनवी ने अपने दौरे हुकूमत में 17 हमलों में उसने जो है हिंदुओं को जो है ना वो शिकस्त दी. जो है ना जयपाल को शिकस्त दी. जयपाल जो है ना मारा गया. फिर उसके बाद जो है उसके और थे राजा थे ना, वो राजपूत थे, राजपूत राजा थे, वो इकट्ठे सारे हो गए. कोई उन्होंने सारा इत्तेहाद किया. they made not different but they all defeated. So the Mahmud Ghaznavi was the first, you see after the Communist Kazim, he actually founded the rule of Islam in Indo-Pakistan. Mahmud Ghaznavi. Mahmud Ghaznavi period is even from 998 100 after D to 1030 to 1030. This is the period of Ghaznavi. So Mahmud Ghaznavi established the stronghold and this area, and he captured the Punjab, and then from Punjab, then he go forward, he advanced to Mithra, he give advance to Mithra, go to Banaras areas, but he never subjugated the area of these areas. Whenever because Nabi came, he gave defeated the Hindus, then he went back to his land, Ghaznavi. He never stayed there. He went back to Ghazni, where he had established the area, where he established Islamic rule. So, I mean, in only Punjab, they have annexed the Punjab during the period of when the Mahmud Ghaznavi family, to the dawn of fall, Mahmud Ghaznavi family stayed at Lahore. He stayed at Lahore. He take refuge from Lahore. So they never take advancement of the other areas. So, and this in the expeditions, so the Mahmud Ghaznavi captured so many wealth, so many valuable wealth from these areas. Then he captured the temples. As Muhammad Qasim, the Mahmud Ghaznavi was the idea. These temples, they were temples where the king, their Hindu Rajas, the Hindu princes, they accumulated their wealth there. And from there, these wealth, they went and go abroad and go outside the capture other countries. So it was the reason that Mahmud Ghaznavi was smashed the temples. So then the Hindus सोमनाथ का जो मंदिर था वो सबसे बड़ा मंदिर था. उस मंदिर में जो है ना वो करोड़ों उस दौलत अंबार थे, दौलत के अंबार थे इस मंदिर में. पूरे जो है ना वो इंडिया के जो लोग थे सारे लोग उधर आते थे, उधर जो चढ़ावे चढ़ाते थे. दे गिव वैल्यूएबल थिंग टू सोमनाथ टेम्पल्स. और वो सोमनाथ टेम्पल की अहमियत क्या थी? वो टेम्पल में था, वो जो उस वक्त जो थे हिंदूज थे उन्होंने सोमनाथ की टेम्पल की दीवारों के ना मैग्नेट लगाया हुआ था. जस्ट थिंक अबाउट दिस, दे मेड द मैग्नेट. So all magnets was was placed in the walls of the Somnath temple, and then there was a ideal, the बुद्ध, वो मान में वो खड़ा होता था वो। तो सारे मैग्नेट जब होते थे तो मैग्नेट की वजह से वो बुद्ध जो था वो हवा में मुअल्लक हो जाता था। जैसे अंडरस्टैंड, वो बुद्ध जो था ना उस हवा में खड़ा हो जाता, चारों तरफ से जो मैग्नेटिक पावर से खींच रही थी। तो वो उसको पीरियड था, लोग अनपढ़ लोग थे, जाहिल लोग थे, वो नहीं समझते थे ये क्या बात है, कोई ये किसका बुद्ध खड़ा है, कोई वो समझते थे ये बुद्ध की करामत है, ये बुद्ध की किस्म है, इट इज द पावर और द charismatic power of these idols that these idol was stand without any support. So, so these things they were think it is a great miracle. So this temple was Somnath was a great temple of. So then the Hindus they think that we are defeating by the Mahmud Ghaznavi after defeat. So then they go to Somnath and give prayer. And they said that the idol of the Somnath, the बुद्ध सोमनाथ का जो बुद्ध है, वो जो मंदिर है वो हमारे खिलाफ हो गए हैं मुसलमानों के हवाले से, इसलिए हमें शिकस्त हो रही है, हम हार रहे हैं। तो इसलिए जो है ना हमें जो है उन पर ज़्यादा इतबार कर दे। उन्होंने और ज़्यादा उस पर जो है बहुत ज़्यादा इतबार करना शुरू कर दिया सोमनाथ के मंदिर पर। Guru Ghaznavi thought he was a great Muslim, so he thought that this idea should be crushed. They believe that इन बुतों की वजह से वो हार रहे हैं और ये बुतों से हम कर रहे हैं, तो सोमनाथ पर हमला किया जाए। So then he gathered his whole power and then they attacked the Somnath Mandir, Somnath temple, and then he सोमनाथ को उन्होंने हमला कर दिया, सोमनाथ का मंदिर गिरा दिया। तो सोमनाथ के जो बुद्ध जो सारे बुद्ध सारे तोड़ दिए सारे। तो ये थी वो चीज़ जो थी ना कि उन्होंने इस्लाम का जो है ना जो चीज़ हज़रत सल्लम ने शुरू की थी, वो चीज़ गज़नवी ने वो आकर शुरू की। हज़रत सल्लम ने भी काबे के अंदर सारे बुतों को तोड़ दिया था, इसलिए गज़नवी भी आकर सारे बुतों को तोड़ दिया और जो ना इस्लाम का जो है ना कुरानी जो कायम की उसने कोई लोगों का बिलीव किया गया है कोई, फिर जो है ना वो जो है ना बट आई मीन there was tradition that they said the critics they said that the Mahmud Ghaznavi came here but due to only wealth. So it is not wrong. After the Mahmud Ghaznavi, the Muslim they have embraced the Hindus, they embraced Islam, the Jats they embraced Islam. इस्लाम फैला फिर इनके साथ फिर और ये कराम आए, फिर सूफी कराम आए ये गजनवी के साथ, इन सेंट्रल एशिया कुरानों के साथ मुसलमान बुजुर्ग आए, उन्होंने बुजुर्गों ने आकर यहाँ पर आकर फिर इस्लाम को फैलाया, इस्लाम का जो है नाम लिया कोई, तो ऐसा ऐसा फिर इस्लाम फैला। इसी तरह जैसे हमारे इधर लाहौर में दादा गंज हजवेरी he also came from Central Asia, Dada Ganj Baksh. So ये Dada Ganj came, spread Islam. Dada Ganj Baksh spread Islam in Lahore, in Punjab. So the main Sufis, the main saints, they came here through their rulers. So Islam gave a great impact on Hindu society and give the change of the society. So the Muhammad Ghaznavi goes that Muhammad Ghaznavi was the greatest administrator. He was never, fearful of anything. So it's not easy thing to have a 17 expedition, 17 हमले उसने किए हिंदुस्तान पर, और जो है ना इतनी थोड़े समय in 23 years of his rule, he captured and he made a rule Islamic rule there. So, I mean, you see, the Muslims, they have united this area. They have strong administration. Mughal Nabi was a good administrator, was a good, a literary person. So he also give literature to the Hindus. He give, to have, he gave many things of the literature, and through this communication, during this communication, the Muslims and Hindus have a good relation at their self. So, Muhammad Ghaznavi, he was not a fanatic only. Muhammad Ghaznavi, a great ruler, great administrator. He treated the Hindus in a good manner. He treated Hindus in a, in a valuable manner, in a human manner. So even the widows were given the rights during the period of Muhammad Ghaznavi. So the people of that area, they were very much, prosperous. They give learning. Then Banaras was also a, a place of culture, place of tradition. The Banaras universities. So from Brahmas universities, they give the knowledge of astronomy. They give the knowledge of medicine. So give me morning medicine of different thing. So Al Beruni, he says that they give the tradition. So it is the, I mean, the culture of the, period is that. So, Stanley Lane Paul, Stanley Lane Paul said, the Arab conquest of sin is in a not only triumph, but it is without result. So, Stalin described it. So, the conquest of Sindh was just triumph. So, it is not true. The Islamic culture was promulgated here during the conquest of Islamic ruler, and then the Mughal period also. Islam spread there. Islam gave their culture. Islam gave their identity. Islam gave their humanity to the Hindus because they were drawn to the वो गरीब लोग थे, पसमानदा लोग थे, अनपढ़ लोग थे. तो इस्लाम ने मसवाक की तरबियत दी. इस्लाम कास्ट सिस्टम के खिलाफ था. हिंदू सोसाइटी जो थी वो कास्ट सिस्टम बिलीव करती थी, जात पात बिलीव करती थी कि हिंदुओं में कास्ट सिस्टम था. हिंदुओं में ब्राह्मण थे, ब्राह्मण, फिर अपना खश्तरी, फिर वेश, फिर शूद्र. ये कास्ट सिस्टम था उनका इस सोसाइटी के अंदर. इस्लाम के आने से पहले ये जात बराबरी थी, लेकिन इस्लाम ने इन तमाम चीज़ों को ख़त्म कर दिया. इस्लाम ने जात पात का निज़ाम ख़त्म कर दिया. सो गजनवी मुमिन कासिम, इन दोनों ने इस्लाम की जो सही रवायत तो अपनाई कोई. तो गजनवी established the tradition of Islam. They was started by the Muhammad Rasulullah Caliph. The Muhammad Ghaznavi at the period of 1030 AD at that time. So he ruled this country with strong hand and give unity of that land. He never, he only annexed as just you, he only annexed Punjab. So Punjab and Afghanistan, they were, one area, the Afghanistan. He never go before that. These not go to Bengal or other areas. He came there only for conquering purpose. When he conquered the area, then he went back. So he only annexed Punjab. Then through Punjab, then they have slowly established the rule of their country in other areas. So today, we discuss the both two Islamic heroes, Muhammad Qasim, Muhammad Ghaznavi. So after 1030, when the Muhammad Ghaznavi was, when he was died, so the rule was not so strong at that time. The what was the reason of Ghaznavi's defeat, Ghaznavi's victory? defeat of the Hindus. What was the reason of defeat of the Hindus and victory of Ghaznavi? The Mughal Ghaznavi has a strong conviction. Mughal Ghaznavi has a strong military command. The Hindus, they have they were not as advanced as the, the Muslims. And during the time of Muhammad bin Qasim also, the, Muhammad bin Qasim also used the force in camel. The camel used camel and cavalry, the horses. So, and then Mughal Qasim, Islamic rule, they have naval force. Islamic forces have great control over the naval forces. So, due to the superiority of the naval forces, they have captured Sindh. Yeah. And Hindus, they don't have any naval superiority of naval force. So, because the war was defended, the war was conquering due to the most advanced technology of the military. So at that time, the Muslims, they have great military advancement. They were superior in medical, in military technique. The generals were also very much alert and very much, very well energetic. So Mughal Ghaznavi, when he came, so we also used the cavalry regiment, the cavalry. Then the Hindus, during the Mughal period, they used elephants. Elephant a source of military rule. So during the battlefield, elephants cannot go as strong as the horses. So horses, the cavalry, the horses were very strong due to the war. The elephants, they were frightened. The elephants were frightened, and the Jaipal army, he was, disturbed. He was left away. The elephants, they ran over their own army, their own army. वो अपनी ही आर्मी के अपने ही फौज के ऊपर जो हाथी जो है ना वो चढ़ दौड़े हाथी जो है ना वो चीनी सी जो घोड़ा है घोड़ा जो है ना वो ज्यादा एडवांस सोच सकता है था घोड़ा जो है ना ज्यादा ब्रिलियंट जो है ना एनिमल है घोड़ा ज्यादा फास्ट एनिमल है तो वो हिंदू जो थे ना उन्होंने हाथियों पर इतवार किया लेकिन मुसलमानों ने ना वो जो उस पर इतवार किया घोड़ों पर घोड़ों की ताकत से उन्होंने किया दूसरी बात थी वो यूनिटी थी हिंदुओं में यूनिटी नहीं थी हिंदू आपस में एक दूसरे अगर जेलसी थी तो ये कह सकते हो वो गजनवी की जो फतह थी वो इस वजह से हुई थी कि वो हिंदू आपस में डिसयूनाइट थे हिंदू आपस में यूनाइटेड ऑन अदर हैंड वो गजनवी है स्ट्रॉन्ग कमांड ओवर इज फोर्स और सारे जो थे ना इस्लाम की ताकत थी इस्लाम में जज्बा है आए दम तक लड़ो आए दम तक जंग करो तो ये एक चीज थी एक स्पिरिट थी एक मिलिट्री एडवांसमेंट थी इस चीज ने इस्लामिक फोर्सेस को पता दी और उन्होंने हिंदुओं को क्रश किया और यहाँ पर उन्होंने हुकूमत की तो ये जो है दिस इज द रीजन ऑफ देयर विनिंग ऑफ देयर कॉन्करिंग Islamic forces conquered the whole area. So, I mean, you see, the Ghazni period, very important period. After the Ghaznavi, the rule was not so strong. So then the Ghaznavi period, he was Ghaznavi, Sultan Muhammad Ghaznavi was a good poet. He was a good poet. So he give also a good source of literature, the peaceful literature. So he gave education. He established in Ghazni. Ghazni was a small municipality, just not a good well state. So he established the Ghazni, the capital of that area, to establish the university at that time, Ghazni, and give the education to the Muslims, or best education. So, this he spent this money to the welfare of his people, to the for the betterment of his people, Ghazni people. So you see, a small land of Ghazni has established a great role over the whole area. So I mean, so in this thing, you see, then we after that, we'll go to no, we have covered the Ibn Qasim and Ghaznavi. Then after that, the Tughlaq, they came. So we will see in other lectures. So now you have any question of at that time about this lecture? So at this point, tell the Qasim also, Ibn Qasim. I mean, so what was the reason of Ibn Qasim's death? So there were two reasons. I have two reasons, but this is also I've read the book. So I've read in this book it was written this story. So God knows better whether he was killed to death. Galaxy, I think. But when being a historian, you should know each and everything of the knowledge. History, or any subject. So, you are satisfied now? Eh? Any question? Uh, but time is, but time is very precious. No, that's why. No, Himalayan is not people. Himalaya, is a series of mountain areas. The Himalayas, before Himalayas, these are the areas of different countries from Sikkim, from Bhutan. These are area. These are area. Himalaya is not a people. It is a separated. The Himalayan area land, the mountains of Himalaya, it is separated the world of other world from Indo-Pak land. Indo-Pak land and Himalaya, this is a boundary. Himalayan mountain is the boundary of the whole world of Indo-Pak land. Then, it's a very good question. Then there is a passes from Himalaya. There are passes. The Khyber Pass, the Bolan Pass. When you go to that area in northwest frontier area, these are passes. So the foreigners they came from these passes, from Bolan passes, from Khyber passes. So that was reason the name of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The name of that province is now it got the before the name of NWFP, North West Frontier Province. The old name of that was North West Frontier Province. Okay, NWFP. No, after that, because they were they wanted we have separate identity. They think because the Punjabis, we have Punjabi, Punjab have separate entity. The Sindhis, the Balochis, they have separate entity. So they think that we should have our name. So during the British period, this area was called NWFP. So after that, it was just then you see there is a movement of I mean, Pashtun, they moved out because Pashtun people, there is a province of Pashtun. It was political reason. Khan Abdul Wali Khan, Abdul Khan, leader of the Pashtun leader. So he said that we are Pathans, we are Pashtun. So we don't want consider it NWFP. What is NWFP? So there's a movement for many years that this area should be known to their original name. So then they gave the name of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the name of fourth province. One is Punjab, then Sindh, then Balochistan, Balochistan was the name of the Baloch areas. So there was not any name of Pashtuns. So they gave name Pashtunistan. So then after long discussion, then through assembly speeches, they have during the period of Asif Ali Zardari, People's Party government, the credit goes to People's Party government that they give the name of that area. Then they decided they should name of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. It's a difficult name, but they have decided. Now the name of this is Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. So you see the Himalayas. So Himalaya is not the area. Himalaya is the boundary line of that area. So through Himalayas, these are passes, Khyber passes and Bolan passes. The invaders, if you go to the 4th century, the Aryans, they came from Central Asia. So Aryans also crossed these Himalayan mountains and entered the area of Indo-Pak. So this is the boundary. I mean, only for the reason there is also very climatic, I mean, importance of these Himalayas, Himalayan mountains. They stop the blowing ठंडी हवा जो है वो जो तिब्बत के पहाड़ों से ठंडी हवा आती है उसको ही रोकती हैं हिमालय के पहाड़ उनको रोकते हैं उन हवाओं को ये है ये भी एक कुदरत की जो है ना वो एक अहम चीज है इस एरिया को जो महफूज रखा है उधर से वो महफूज है इधर से भी सी है सिंध से तरफ सी है समंदर है दरमियान में फिर जो है ना दरमियान बंजे एरिया है फिर वो जो है ना सिंध की एरिया है फिर दरिया हैं फिर 5 दरिया हैं फिर इस इंडो पाक लैंड में दरिया बहते हैं इधर दरिया मतलब आई मीन जो झेलम दरिया रावी दरिया सिंध river Sindh, then Brahmos, there, I mean, there's also above Ganga Jamna, Ganga Jamna is also land. So, these are also rivers. So, this area was beautifully set to different areas, different culture, climate, things. It has a river, the barren land, it has mountains, it's have a cold season. So Indo Pak is a variety of seasons, variety of culture, variety of people, variety of languages, variety of dialects. In dialects, I mean, you see, you see, even in Pakistan, you see how many languages there are. There's Punjabi. Then if you see to the Pindi side, there's Potwari. Then we go to Multan, there's Saki. Then go to Sindh, there's Sindhi. Then go to Hazara. Hazara is a district of frontier. So there's also dialect of Hazara. There's also Hindko language. So it's also a different topic. So there are variety of languages in this area. So if you go to the Indo-Pak, I mean, there's so many languages. The Bengalis, the Assamese, the Marathis, the Telugus. So many languages, so many cultures, so many areas. So it is the question is Himalayas. So Himalaya is a boundary. One side is sea, other side the mountain, and between the river there is the land. So a land, whose land? There's the crops. There's cotton crops. There's the wheat. So many there are commodities. इसलिए जो ब्रिटिशर्स व्हेन दे केम तो वो कहते थे हिंदुस्तान सोने की चिड़िया है स्पैरो ऑफ गोल्ड सोने की चिड़िया बोलते थे अंग्रेज जब वो इधर आए थे जो तो सोने की चिड़िया है उन्होंने सोने की चिड़िया समझकर इस पर कब्जा किया और यहाँ की दौलत ले जाकर उन्होंने अपने इंग्लिस्तान को तकिया याफ्ता किया इंग्लैंड को तकिया याफ्ता किया कोई ये they were also imperialist powers. They captured, they looted the prosperity, the wealth of our land. It was looted by these imperialist powers. They have captured and looted, and in return they have given poverty. So they established their own country with a good, health and give us poverty. Then I mean, this is a very important thing. Important thing is ये काली मिर्च, ब्लैक पेपर. ये काली मिर्च जो है, काली मिर्च ये हिंदुस्तान की पैदावार थी. काली मिर्च, ब्लैक पेपर, इट्स वेरी गुड फॉर हेल्थ. सुरख मिर्च, it was not product of the chilies. Red chilies is not the product of our land. That product of Indo-Pak land. It was sown by the Britishers. They have sowed this seed of the red, सुर्ख मिर्च जो थी पेपर, they have introduced this thing. सुर्ख मिर्च जो है इतनी नुकसानदेह है हेल्थ के लिए, बॉडी के लिए, शायद नहीं कोई. खुद जो है ये जो गोरे है, जो वेस्टर्न है, जो खुद ब्लैक मिर्च इस्तेमाल करते हैं, जो इधर से पाकिस्तान हिंदुस्तान की प्रोडक्ट थी, और वो उधर से जो है ना उन्होंने जहाँ आकर सुर्ख मिर्च जो है ना वो शुरू की. सुर्ख मिर्च जो थी बॉडी के लिए इतना डेंजरस है, इतना नुकसानदेह चीज़ है. ये सुर्ख मिर्च जो है, ये जो है ना इतनी नुकसानदेह है कि यहाँ जो हमारे जो बिजनेसमैन, मुसलमान बिजनेसमैन, ये जो जैनब, ये जो मिट्टी जो ये कहता है नहीं, ये ईंटों का ब्रिक्स, ईंटों का जो बुरादा होता है उसे जो है ना वो मिक्स करके सुर्ख मिर्चों को बेचते हैं. ईंटों का बुरादा, they are red, which red. So they have smash him and they have sell these सुरख in the shape of सुरख मिर्चों में इस्तेमाल करते हैं कोई. तो सुरख मिर्च हमारी प्रोडक्ट थी है, हमारी प्रोडक्ट ब्लैक मिर्च, ब्लैक मिर्चें थी, ब्लैक पेपर, काली मिर्चें हमारी थी. तो से they have invented this thing. So this thing there, this area was a peaceful area. These people were the Surkh March, they have see, it caused medical problem, it created blood pressure, it created so many problems. The doctor said, said, don't use this red pepper, red chilies, don't use red chilies, use black chilies. So this area, there was a beautiful land, a peaceful land. So they have showed the culture of the Muslims. They have united these things. Then the Britishers, but the Britishers, they were, they have, it is their political ambition, divide and rule, which policy of Britishers, divide and rule, divide the people and rule there. So, due to adopting this policy, they have captured this whole Indo-Pak land. Due to this reason, so they have sowed the seeds of enmity among the Muslims, among the Hindus, among the Sikhs, among other nations. So it was not the inhabitants. We are not peaceful people. So, but it is the policy of the Britishers. They have all these things to for their rule. They have these things. So are you clear? Another question. Huh? Okay. Read the point. Okay. Any other question? Don't shy about asking the question. If you have sent you, okay, if the lecture is over, then send me the, your question, whatever you want. So then I can prepare for the answer I prepare. Because for a certain, limited time, I have not any time to make your answer. So I can try my best. But if you send during 1 week, we are meet after 1 week. So during 1 week, after before the lecture, 2 or 3 days, just me send me lecture. Just one thing about also very important. I have forgotten for the in previous lecture. There is a book of uh, Barack Obama. Barack Obama, book Barack Obama. The Promised Land. Name his book is Promised Land. Barack Obama, ex-president of the United States of America, he has written the book of his autobiography. In return he has give his autobiography and everything. In the page of write down the page of 693, page 693, he has Barack Obama tell the story of the murder of Osama bin Laden, because Barack Obama ordered the death of Osama bin Laden. And then in this book, he said that then after the when we have killed the, he has watched, just see, he has watched in his president room to see all the activity done by the CIA, FBI, and Marine forces. They have taken the, they have came Pakistan in Abbottabad. In Abbottabad, Osama bin Laden was living there at Abbottabad. So in 2009, when there was the rule of Asif Zardari, president of Pakistan, Asif Zardari, he was that time president of Pakistan, 2009. So he came, sent the army personnel. They in the 2:30 at midnight, they, when they spied that where is Sami Laden for 2 3 years, so even they don't think about, they bother about to tell the situation of that Osama bin Laden is there and we are going to attack. So they secretly see what they have. They have, they are supremacy. They have secretly attacked Abbottabad land, really, and they have captured and killed the Osama bin Laden. And then after that, they have taken the dead body of Osama bin Laden with him. So Barack Obama said in his book, in 693 page, that I was expecting very difficult call from the Asif Zardari, President of America. I was very disturbed that he may be very angry. But think about that. He said, according to his book, he said that Asif Zardari, when I call him, also he said that there is no question of any angerness. I don't bother about if there's any reaction among the people of killing Osama bin Laden. I am happy. Just see, I am happy. His death. So Osama bin Laden, Barack Obama said he was satisfied about listening this thing. So please read this book. Purchase this book if it is costly. If it's not according to your budget, don't purchase it. Just give the photo state of these chapter 693 page what he has said. So then send me to this page. So for I have record. Say read you yourself also and send me also this. The very important pages 693 page 3 they were written. So this is not interesting politics, but it is all part of natural relation. So there's many things. So there's lastly, there's a current affair topic. So the Iranian atomic scientist Fakhrizadeh, atomic scientist Fakhrizadeh was killed by the terrorist. The Iranian government, lastly, 2 3 days ago, 2 3 days ago, he was killed in Iran before his bodyguard. When first they have stoned a bomb, then they have a gunfire. They have killed him. Not only killed him, they have killed. His 8 bodyguard also. They have always killed many Iranian scientists. So they have the the Iranian president said, Israel has killed our scientists. Israel has killed our scientists. So they have said that we will take revenge. We will take revenge from the Israel government. You see, the when they give ask comments about the US president, about the killing of the atomic scientists. So the White House, the Washington, they said that we don't have any comment on this thing. Just imagine a scientist was killed of Iranian, so they don't want they we don't any comment on it, and the Pakistani government is also not giving any comment on this thing, not say any word of sympathy, not any word of protest. So there is also a question, very important question is that Israel, Pakistan is going to accept the Israel. It's a great misery. The United States, UAE, United Arab Emirates, if they have established relation with Israel, the other two or three the countries they have established relation with Israel. The Saudi Arabia is also interested to have good relation with Israel, and he wanted to accept the Israel's, and Saudi Arabia had great pressure on Prime Minister of Pakistan Imran Khan to accept the Israel. So he in an interview, Imran Khan said, "I have great pressure to accept Israel. No, I have changed the under the pressure. We have changed the idea. I have made the U-turn. No, I have not said this thing. But the fact is that it's a great pressure from the United Arab Emirates, because United Arab Emirates give money to Pakistan for his restoration of the economy. So, do this thing, to the sake of money, he wanted to stop Israel. First, he has, sold the Kashmir issue. He has, he has sold the Kashmir issue. Just earlier, that in 370 resolution, Indian Constitution, the Indian government enacted Kashmiris and Pakistan was not to. ये अब ये है, ये मगरमच्छ के आंसू बहा रहा है। हम तो बड़ा कुछ कर रहे हैं जो है ना, उसके खिलाफ जो कर रहे हैं, कोई हिंदुस्तान के खिलाफ कोई हम करारदादे कर रहे हैं। क्या करारदाद का फायदा है कोई? करारदाद वो रेजोल्यूशन का क्या फायदा है कोई कि वो वासी ले रहा है कोई? वो कह रहा है वो आगे, वो और आगे वो कहता है इस कश्मीर को आज़ाद कश्मीर है, उस आज़ाद कश्मीर को अपना हिस्सा बनाना चाहता है। वो इस गिलगित और बल्तिस्तान को अपना हिस्सा बनाना चाह रहा है। इंडिया जो है ना, इसको चाहता है कब्जा करूँ मैं कोई। ये है, ये नो इट्स मिजरी। ये है कि क्या मतलब है कोई? इट्स ए मिजरी। द पाकिस्तान हैव लाइक दिस रूलर। इट्स नॉट ए पाकिस्तान रूलर, इट इज रूलर ऑफ the imperialist powers, the ruler of IMF or World Bank. Now, situation is that the imperialist power, they don't directly rule over any country. They rule over their institutions, over their supporting departments. So IMF, World Bank is the department of the imperialist power, the Americans. So America don't take control. They control this nation with the help of their, these IMF, World Game to save their money. यही इमरान खान ये पहले बोलता था कि आई विल मेक सुसाइड टू गो टू IMF. No, he's the first man. Go run in front of them. Give the money. Give me support. So naturally, if anyone they give you support, give money, then he will make his condition to apply. So IMF, World Bank, he is making the budget of Pakistan. Budget of Pakistan was maintained by the IMF or World Bank to this thing. There's so much price of hike. इतनी महंगाई जो हो रही है, इस महंगाई की यही वजह है कि वो जो है ना वो अपनी शर्तें बना रहे हैं कि सब्सिडी से खत्म करो, सब्सिडीज खत्म करो और टैक्स लगाओ और करो कोई। ये जो है पाकिस्तानी अवाम जो पिछले हैं अब तो रह रहे हैं कोई। अरे ये होती गवर्नेंस। जो था वो था लेनिन। लेनिन वाज दी president of United Soviet Union, USSR, the president of that time, from 1921, his administration, whenever any person came to see him, Lenin, कोई बंदा दूर 10,000 सोवियत यूनियन बहुत बड़ा मुल्क था, 10,000 दूर से मिलने आता था कोई लेनिन प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स को, तो सबसे पहले लेनिन पूछता था तुम्हारे गांव में आलू क्या भाव है, what is the price of potatoes, what is the price of sugar, what is the price of onions, what is the price of wheat. Just imagine, this is a good administration. When he said that there is a price, so they have made the list. Every commodity has a list in front of president of USSR. Then he checked this thing. Then he sent his force, go and capture and take this businessman, arrest him. So this is the good administration. This is the main thing. Islam also applies this thing. Why good administration? हजरत उमर में खिताब इतने करीबा थे जो उनका कॉल था it is his saying, अगर दरिया अरफात पर एक कुत्ता भी भूखा सो गया तो मैं रिस्पॉन्सिबल हूं, आई एम रिस्पॉन्सिबल। कुत्ता भी भूखा सो गया, ये था इस्लाम की उम्मती। फिर ड्यूरिंग इंडियन पीरियड में देखो तुम अलाउद्दीन खिलजी, we will study Alauddin Khilji period in later period. Alauddin Khilji was ruler of India, the Muslim ruler. So if any businessman take money from the customer more than his fixed money, his fixed price, वो जितनी उसकी पैसे होते थे उससे ज्यादा वो अगर पैसे लेता था तो अलाउद्दीन खिलजी की फोर्स थी, तो फौजी जाते थे उस कारोबारी बिजनेसमैन को पकड़ते थे, दुकानदार को पड़ते थे करते थे और दरबार में लाते थे, और दरबार में लाकर उसके जिस्म का जो गोश्त है वो अगर उसने एक टांग चीज जो है उसने कम दी है, कम तोल है, एक टांग गोश्त उसके जिस्म से काट कर उस बंदे को देते थे। जस्ट सी इमेजिन द स्ट्रॉन्ग होल्ड एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन। और इस वक्त महंगाई खत्म होगी। फिर वो था खानदान गुलामा, दौर का खानदान गुलामा, उन्होंने गुलाम रखे हुए थे, अलाउद्दीन खिलजी ने गुलाम रखे हुए थे। वो गुलाम जाते थे, वो गुलाम बाजारों में छोटे छोटे बच्चे थे, वो जाते थे दुकानदार के पास जाते थे तो उसे वो चीज़ मांगते थे। अब तो हमारी आज ट्रेडिशन है कि बच्चों को लोग चक्कर दे देती है, बच्चे क्या करना है उससे कम चीज़ दे देते हैं। उसने ये खुद जाकर बच्चे भेजा था, जो बच्चा आगे बताता था फिर इस दुकानदार ने हमें कम चीज़ दी है, तो अलाउद्दीन खिलजी मुसलमान हुक्मरान फौरी बंदे भेजता था, वो बेफजी भेजता था, उस पर लाओ वो लाओ, तो जिस्म का जस्ट इमेजिन यही पैसे जिस्म का गोश्त काट कर देते थे। ये खौफ था, ये बात थी, ये महंगाई की बात थी, खत्म किया कोई। इसलिए फिर वो जो दुकानदार थे इतने डर गए, इतना खौफ नहीं पैदा हो गया कोई, तो उन बच्चों को वो जो है ना वो चीज ज्यादा देते थे। उसको लफ्ज बोलती है चुंगा। बड़ी मेन पंजाबी वर्ड योर मामा नो चुंगा। चुंगा क्या था? बड़ी सी चुंगा मीन टू गिव एक्स्ट्रा थिंग to the children. Chunga, say much now, kilo. So give more thing to this child. So he will not give to the king that he this shopkeeper, this दुकानदार कम भी है। उस वक्त से साहब लो लफ्ज चुंगा चलता आ रहा है। अब तो लफ्ज चुंगा चलता आ रहा है तहरीक के दौरान उस वाक्य की वजह से। ये थी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, ये था निज़ाम, ये थी हुकूमत। ये हुकूमत कोई दिन रात से महंगी जा रही है, उठे को नहीं कोई। ये एक हैरान रहो, ये मैं आगे पीछे भाग गई थी बात, रहा था 100 रुपये का अंडा बिकेगा, एक एग 100 रुपये का बिके करेगा। आज से 10 साल पहले स्वतंत्रता के बाद आज तो बात हुई है 2000 रुपीज पर डजन। एक अंडा जो है क्या है 200 रुपये दर्जन होता जा रहा है। कोई ये हाल में गए कोई, हर चीज महंगी हो रही, हर चीज इतनी तेजी से महंगी होती जा रही है, दिखाते नहीं दिनों के हिसाब से, घंटों के हिसाब से महंगी हो रही है कोई। तो ये है सब चीजें हैं, ये क्या एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है, क्या चीज है कोई, ये बातें करता है ना, बड़ी बातें करता है कोई कि मैं महंगाई कम कर रहा हूँ, अपना कर रहा हूँ, कोई 2 सालों में क्या हासिल किया है कोई। तो ये चीज है, ये बात किस्म की है। ये ये जो है इस्लाम में है, अल्लाह ताला का हुक्म है कि जैसे लोग होंगे ऐसा ही हुक्मरान मैं नाफज कर दूंगा उस मुआशरे पर। वो हाल जो हो रहा है इमरान खान की शक्ल में हमें वो सजा मिल रही है कि वो हम भी बुराइयां करते थे, वो इनाम से हुक्मरान नाफज कर दिया, जो खुद लूट मार जो कर रहे हैं और लोगों को खुद लूट मार जो करते थे। चीनी शुगर 50 रुपीज पर केजी थी, आज ना 100 रुपीज पर केजी हो गई है। अंदाजा करो क्या चीज। सो आई मीन थिंक दैट ही, so I mean current affairs what is going on to, so I mean this thing first see the Israeli murder, murder. So I mean we have meet after 1 week, so I mean there a plenty of knowledge, a plenty of discussion. So साथ मम्मा बता रही थी कि मतलब बड़ी सच है, सही है कि मुझे भी होता है एक हफ्ते बाद थोड़ा सा मौका मिलता है तो का कोई, तो मैं चाहता हूँ मैक्सिमम नॉलेज यू शुड हैव टेक द मैक्सिमम नॉलेज वट एवर आई कैन हैव। So I mean, so next I mean, see, if any question I mean send before week, before next week. You have any question, any query, or the international relation in Pakistan history, Indian, whatever reason, I will prepare. I am here to give the answer according to your satisfaction. So I mean, I am this thing manager. I mean, so we other we have matlab, first your question and answer, and after that we have I mean current affairs. We have discussed the current affair any either Pakistani or international. We'll discuss all these things. Thank you. We'll be next week.